What's going on, you insomniac motherfuckers? But I don't know, maybe you're having coffee. Maybe when you're watching this, maybe when YouTube releases, you're having coffee. Just to make you guys laugh. To Benny, so I actually was talking to somebody earlier, and I promised I was going to say this out. So here we go. Remember I was talking about those kids that like hurting themselves and breaking their arms and stuff because they feel like they feel ashamed that they're in a healthy body? Crazy shit. Trust me. Anyway, I was laughing because when I was a kid, I was a young, teenager, whatever, we had this one guy in my neighborhood. He had a construction job. He fucking hated it. So one day he heard, like, if I take a slip and fall, I could take workman comp and all kinds of stuff like her, and I could be off for a couple of months. So this guy was trying to game the system because he hated his job and he hated his whatever and whatever. So he comes back in the neighborhood and he fucking tells us, that's what I'm gonna fucking do, man. I'm just gonna that place is dangerous. I'm just gonna take a slip and fall and be out for a couple of months and figure out my life. So he just had to do it in a certain way, make it believable. So he's talking to us, whatever, and Benny just says, yeah, I could totally help you with that. So this motherfucker didn't know who Benny was. So this motherfucker's like, really? I said, yeah, no, that's no problem. I could totally help you with do that. You can't hurt yourself. It has to be like worked out in a way. So like if, this way, if anything happens, if they ask you, did you hurt yourself? You can say, no, I didn't hurt myself, and you won't be telling a lie. So this sounded like logical for him. So he was like, yeah, that's a fucking truth. He's like, look, here's what we'll do. We'll go to your job site tomorrow, and you tell me exactly where you work at, and I'll come up with the strategy. So no joke, this fucking guy, he said he was gonna bring Benny over. No joke, I was fucking rolling because I knew something was gonna go down. So fucking Benny shows up to his job site then the next day. So Benny goes there, give him a hard hat. So Benny's on the job. So Benny comes over like his friend, his guest, sneaks him into the construction site. It was a building they were fucking building downtown. You know how buildings are being built, they got the elevator stuff on the side? Like it's not the actual elevator, they're just construction companies. They put an elevator on the side of the building to move stuff up and down and people. So this guy's job was to operate that elevator, which is a pretty simple job, but he said it would kill him because in the summertime it was fucking blazing heat. He was roasting. In the winter he was freezing to death because the elevator was like steel mesh, so the wind would just come at him and fuck him up. So he wanted to get out. So Benny's riding the elevator with him back and forth. And he's saying, okay, no problem. We have to just figure this out. So all of a sudden, fucking Benny says, I figured it out. Here's what we're going to do. Tonight, when you come back to the neighborhood, I got everything worked out for you. So sure enough, the guy's like, thanks, Benny, man. Thanks a lot, whatever. So Benny meets him at the end of the day. And I was there, and I was like, what the fuck, what'd you guys come up with? And Benny's like, no, I got a plan. I saw what he does for a living, so I know exactly what type of injuries he needs. I was laughing because I was like, because it just sounded so fucked up. Like, what do you mean what kind of injuries he needs? He goes, no, it has to be a certain type of injuries. So anyway, he tells the guy, all right, here's what we do. Let's go up to the top floor of this building. You're already laughing. So anyways, they take the elevator to the top. I go too, because this is BD's building. So we go to the top floor on the 20th floor. Okay? Then he says, okay, let's go to the staircase. So I'm laughing because I'm just waiting for something stupid to like whatever happened. And the guy says, what am I gonna do? I don't understand. He's like thinking he's gonna like take a slip and fall. Benny says, listen, man, all I can tell you is this. Don't bite your tongue. Benny grabs him, flings that motherfucker down the stairs. So the guy fucking doing like fucking cartwheels and falling and on my back. When he lands on the 19th floor, fucking Benny goes down there, fucking grabs him again and ogres his ass down to the fucking next floor. This motherfucker is screaming, Benny, no, he's fucking getting all fucked up. Benny took him for like 3 fucking floors. Benny in his brain was thinking he's doing him a solid, but he's putting this motherfucker in like the hospital. Now he's all fucked up, he's lumped up, his cheek is fucking big, he can't move his arm. He's limping, he said, please. As Benny's coming down the stairs, he's going, Benny, no, no more. He's all fucked up, some cracked ribs and everything. He said, okay, now tomorrow morning, He says, we're going to take you back to your job site. And you got to just hold it. He gave him like 500 Tylenols back then because there wasn't Advil. He got like 500 Tylenol extra strength to get him like to deal with the pain. And he says, you're going to do your job normal for like about half an hour. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to fall next to the elevator instead of you fall a couple of feet over. So when the ambulance comes, they'll take you and you'll have injuries. It all worked out perfectly. Except for one problem. When they took this motherfucker to the emergency room and they did scans on him, this motherfucker was in the hospital for a couple of months. He spent his entire workman comp in the fucking St. Luke's Hospital, 114th. Fucking rehab to walk. He fucking hated Benny forever. Benny altered this motherfucker's life. He had to get like pins in his fucking legs and everything. But what's funny about it was that he needed realistic injury, so he went to the wrong motherfucker. But let me tell you something, man. He won out. He got his workman comp. He could never go back to that construction site. So they gave him a fucking job, like as like a site manager, you know, the guy that goes into the trailer and all the guys report to him and get the walkie-talkies. He was fucked up with a limp. Every now and then, let me tell you something. We were one time at a McDonald's with him, and we were talking, and we were having whatever, and he, you know, whatever. Time had passed, and as he's talking, all of a sudden he starts. He starts going into like this fucking epileptic shake. This motherfucker had like some neurological fucking damage from the fall. Let me tell you something. I just laughed because Benny altered that motherfucker's life, and all he wanted was a couple of weeks off to maybe go down to Miami and rethink his life and catch a tan. So if you motherfuckers want to catch a slip and fall, have a couple of months off, Workman'S comp. That motherfucker lives in Texas. He can take care of you.